Last week we have discussed about the basic configuration settings, which is related to control panel, and today we have to discuss more about these settings, especially one about this Explorer window and searching. That practical we need to do today, and not only that, we need to study. Yes, we need to fill this. Yes, remaining things we have to finish in the workbook, right? So I think so. Let's do the practical at at the end of the session. So first of all, let's answer the questions in page number 10. Right. The common problems faced with the use of computers, you have to fill in the blanks using the words given in the box, right? So what are the common problems that we see in the computer? Out of these, what are the common issues? So one is hardware defects. The other one is, yes,
software defects.
Yes, software defects. The other one is software defects. So hardware defects and software defects. That is the answer. So basic problems that we face in the computer system can be hardware defect or hardware errors and software errors. Okay, the next one is, so which of these can be hardware problems? So it's asking, so basically inactive mouse and maybe keyboard issue, mouse issue can be hardware problems, right? You can write that. Any hardware can be taken. Mouse can be any hardware, VGA, main storage, anything related to hardware can be taken, right? So I have written that in on top of that because it's not just keyboard and mouse, it can be anything. Even Ethernet port, VGA, main storage, can be anything. Right. Okay, the next question is asking, when you want to troubleshoot your computer, especially related to power, so what you need to do? What is must? If you are checking the power or if you are checking errors related to power, electricity problem, so what do you need to do first?
Disconnecting the power supply.
Yes, why you should disconnect the power supply? Otherwise, it can give you electric shock, right? Otherwise, it can give you electric shock. So it is disconnecting power supply. Please write down this. This is related to your workbook, right? Chapter number 2. Okay. How you can connect keyboard and mouse to the computer? What are the ports?
USB.
PS2 and USB. Yes. To connect keyboard and mouse, you can use PS2 and also USB. The meaning of PS2 is personal system 2. USB means universal serial bus. PS2 is old, right? It's not used now. So this is called PS2. It's very old port, which is used to connect keyboard and mouse earlier days. So this purple color one is for keyboard and the green color one is for mouse. This is for all keyboard and mouse. All keyboard and mouse. But now we are using USB instead of PS2. Then api USB පාවිච්චි කරනවා PS2 වෙනුවට because PS2 is old one. You can say it is old, right? Now we are not using PS2. Okay. Then, so can you tell me what is the use of Rj45? Rj45, why it is used? What is Rj45 and why it is used? Yes?
For connecting to Wi-Fi wireless?
Not Wi-Fi, to connect to network, right? So Wi-Fi can wireless ne pute. Wi-Fi is wireless. You know Rj45, this is Rj11. I think you have seen Rj11. It is coming for mobile, the land phones. Land phone connector is Rj11. Actually, RJ45 is big brother of LAN phone. RJ45 is the bigger one. Here, the smaller one is RJ11, the smaller one, which is coming to the LAN phone, SLT lines and all. So you got RJ11, but RJ45 is coming for, it's there for the networks, right? RJ11 for here. Have you seen this yellow color cable coming with the router? It can be connected to the RJ45. RJ45 can even be connected to the laptops today. RJ45 can be connected to the laptop, but only in some laptop, right? Some laptops, it's allow you to connect this RJ45 wire. You can see this. Only some laptops. Some laptops will have, here this laptop is having RJ45. This is
My laptop has an port user.
right. Okay, this is another one, RJ45. This is for networking. This is RJ45 again for networking. This is for wired networking, right? Wired networks, you can use RJ45. And if you don't have RJ45, you can use this one, USB to RJ45 converter is there. So in case if you don't have RJ45, you can plug this USB and get RJ45 output. Right? You can plug USB and get the RJ45 out. Okay. Next. So this RJ45 is used to connect Ethernet. Ethernet means network, right? Network port of the computer. Ethernet means the network. Network port of the computer is basically RJ45. And then the next one, HDMI. HDMI means high definition media interface, which can be used to connect your computer to a TV. And it can be VGA also, right? HDMI puluang, VGA puluang. One of these. Either HDMI or VGA can be used to, cables are used to connect television to a computer. Let's see this port next, right? Api balamu me ports mona wageda kiyala. These ports are used to connect television to the computer, HDMI or VGA. Okay, the next is very important thing, but silly answer. The basic solution to most of the problems is restart the computer, right? So when you get a problem, let's say your computer is slowed down, you can restart. When your computer is not detecting a mouse, you can restart. When your computer is not detecting pen drive, you can restart pen drive. So if something wrong, the first thing that you can do is restart. Okay, some hardware connected to the power computer may not function because the missing driver software. I explained this driver software previously also. Driver is, it's similar to the car and driver. Driver is similar to the car and driver. Right? So, you know, it is required, driver is required to drive the car. Driver is required to drive a car. Right? Similar to that, for hardware component, there is an essential software called driver software. Onama hardware driver software. For any hardware component, there is a software called driver software. For any hardware component, this driver software is needed. Otherwise, it will not function properly. For any hardware, you need this driver. I'll show this, right? I'll show how, where it is indicated. I'll show this now. Okay. Lack of storage in main storage, or you can say hard disk. Lack of storage in main storage or main memory. Here, according to this, you have to take the main storage. That will slow down the computer. Even hard disk, even the main memory can slow down the computer. To make computer run more efficiently, it is required to uninstall unwanted program. So what is installing and uninstalling? Is it similar to copying and removing, deleting?
No, sir.
So what's the difference there?
So installing means we are likewise we are downloading software and uninstall means sir we are deleting that software, not copy and paste, sir.
Yeah, so installing means?
Downloading likewise downloading, sir.
That we are adding a program to our system.
Yes, that is more appropriate. When you want to add new application or program to our computer system, you need to install. It is not simple copying, because copying plus some configuration is needed. You need to copy as well as you need to change some configuration. Copy වෙන්නත් ඕන, settings වෙනස් වෙන්නත් ඕන. You need to copy and also change the configuration. So basically, adding a new program, adding new thing to the system. So that is install. Uninstalling means removing things from the computer system, removing an application from the computer system. That is uninstall. That is not simple deleting, because simple delete will not delete everything. You need to delete and change the settings also. Deleting and changing the settings, both we call uninstall. The install can simple විදිහට මේ add copy කරනවා නෙවෙයි. File එක copy කරන ගමන් settings උත් වෙනස් කරන්න ඕනේ install කරන්න. ඒ වගේම uninstall කරනකොට ඒත් එහෙම. uninstall කරනකොට remove කරලා settings උත් වෙනස් කරන්න. That is uninstall. It is advanced than copying and advanced than deleting. Okay. Right, now let's see this driver software story. Let's see it now. Driver software. What is this driver software? And also how to like optimize the main storage. Let's see that now. So who's going to share the screen? Okay. So if you want to see the drivers related to your hardware component, you can right click on this PC, see the Pusa's screen. Just right click on this PC and go to manage. Right click manage. It will take some time, but ultimately display some console called management console. All can do this. How? Right click on this PC and select manage. Right click on this PC and select manage. Then it will display this management console. So then you have to go to the device manager. Device manager. When you click on the device manager, you can see so different hardware components. Each of these hardware component has its own driver. For example, just think about your speakers. Go to sounds, sounds. Right click on this HD audio device. Right click. No, HD audio. The last one, sounds in the sounds, HD audio in the sounds. Just right click, HD audio in the sounds, please. You have to expand sound expand sound එකට ඉස්සරහ තියෙන චූටි arrow එකක්. ඒ arrow එකෙන් පුළුවන් මට එක expand කරන්න. හරි ඒකතන තියෙනවා HD audio. ඒක උඩ right click කරන්න. Okay, when you right click, you can see here update driver. disable device, uninstall device, scan for hardware changes. The first thing that you can see is update driver. Why? For each and every software, each and every hardware in your computer, there is something called driver. Driver. So if you think that is not working properly, you can try to update the driver. If driver is not there, driver එක නැත්තම් අපි හිතමු driver එක මොනාරි වෙලා හරියට වැටලා නැහැ කියලා. If driver is missing, it will give an error like this. So you can see in this security device, you can see AMD PSP 2.0 device, but a problem mark. Here AMD high definition audio device, a problem mark means driver is not properly installed. Therefore, to each hardware to function properly, driver is essential, required, needed. Okay, let's see how to optimize the storage, main storage. Who's going to share next? Kusal, let's give the chance to someone else, right? I think you have already done. Okay, move on. Right, this is where you can see the driver software, right? Okay, close it. And if you want to optimize the storage, you can again double click on this PC and go to Explorer. There you can right click on your hard disk C drive. C drive, just right click on C drive, hard disk. And yes, there, go to properties. No, not that. Hard disk properties. Right click on the C drive and go to the properties. Then go to the properties. Okay, then disk cleanup. Disk cleanup button.